Hello, everybody. Welcome again to the Steckline Ponderosa, and this time we've moved from the wheat fields to the cattle fields. And I got to tell you, we're going to go from somewhat disappointing news to the greatest news that we've had in agriculture in years, and that's the cattle market. Stay tuned.
I first got started in the cattle business. My wife and my father-in-law got me into it. I love dealing with the animals and being in the outdoors. At American Ag Credit, I know a lot of them are in the same business that I am. You know, therefore they understand what I need and what problems I'm against, so they can work with you on it, and it makes it much easier.
It's been passed down to me through the generations, and I want to pass it on down to the next generation or two.
Well, friends, we brought our special guest out to the Steckline Ponderosa and here at the cattle division, where we have just had a bunch of babies. And as you can see, by golly, they feel pretty good. Greg Reno, the Farm Credit System, American Ag Credit. I got to tell you, these babies look like they've got gold tags hanging from them.
They're a money-making deal, aren't they, Larry? Thanks for having us out to the Ponderosa today. This is a beautiful day, and what a great vision to see the new calf crop for 2015. They're a money-making deal right now.
You know, Greg, I was just reading all-time high prices, wholesale-wise, retail-wise, and I guess the thing, and I was wrong when I do a lot of predicting, which you know, is the stupidest thing anybody can do. But I predicted these old cattle prices would not go this high because I didn't think the consumers would buy it at this price. But I'm wrong. And will it go some more? I mean, what do you think?
Well, nobody really knows, Larry, but what we do know is the beef industry's done a great job of creating demand for a product and creating a very sought-after, consistent product, and that's something that the whole industry can be proud of.
No doubt about that. We've got, and really our exports are lacking because of the strong dollar. It's all the U.S. Consumption that's, well, it's another thing, and it's called lesser numbers of cattle.
That's right. The drought it's been a bad thing for us, but it's also been a good thing because we've reduced the size of the herd and really created, you know, a strong demand for the calves and the calf crop across the country right now.
Well, you know, as farm broadcasters always do, they get excited and we like to talk about good things, but we always think about some of the bad things. And this will happen to this cattle herd that you're looking out here right now. That's a calf is worth so much money. It's the best deal we've ever had. But the day will come when that's going to turn around, just like it did in the corn market.
That's right, Larry. You know, they always said high prices are the best cure for high prices. And in agriculture, we have a great history of overdoing a good thing. And so we want to be diligent in the cattle market that we don't overbuild that herd too soon, too fast. We want to make sure we grow our way into this wisely.
And quite honestly, I think our cattlemen have done a pretty good job of that the last 2 or 3 years. And Mother Nature may help that some more if it doesn't rain here pretty quick. This grass is pretty short.
That's right. You know, it's in time right now, Larry, where this grass ought to be greening up in this part of Kansas, and it's not. We need some rain to move it along. And unfortunately, Mother Nature has kind of been slowing down the expansion of the beef cattle herd right now.
The guy wants to expand a little bit. He needs some more money. What do you guys talk about?
You know, we loan money every day to people who are looking to expand their cow herd to get into the cattle business. And you've got to be a low-cost producer over the long run. And that's what we always ask people about. Is what's your deal? What gives you an advantage to allow you to be a low-cost producer over the long run? We need to remember this is a commodity business, just like wheat, just like soybeans or corn. And we need to be a low-cost producer in the long run.
No doubt about that. And I got to tell you, when you think about expanding, it's kind of silly not to when you've got the wherewithal to do it. But at the same time, are you recommending people, what about after the cow? We know cow calves are working great. What about after that? Feeder cattle.
You know, we see an extreme amount of volatility in the fed cattle market right now, both from the side of the buying the feeder calf and the selling of the fed calf. And what we're recommending to people is use very, very good risk management practices to try to take out the volatility on both sides.
You think the old cattle market will stay strong most of the year?
You know, again, we go back to demand. Demand has been very strong for a very good product. So we don't see numbers getting out of hand in the near future anyway.
Well, right now it's warming up and we can cook a steak out here tonight.
This sounds great, Larry. Thanks for having us.
Greg Reno, American Ag Credit. I'm Larry Steckline. See you on the next Steckline Report.